values that we all have learned from watching Michael play and be a champion 6 times over and really set a new bar for not just basketball but athletics. That is part of the DNA of the Jordan brand even today. And, I think we have a really special, consumer. There isn't really a age demographic or even a race demographic, because I think the impact of Mike goes beyond just the hood or just the corporate office. There are basketball fans and Jordan fans everywhere. Yeah, the Jordan brand is incredibly diverse in terms of its staff. Everybody from the footwear developers to the marketing team. I'm actually very proud of the type of staff that we have. That's not just race, it's age as well. And I think that's evident in the type of work that we do, particularly in the advertising that we do. I think we talk to a pretty broad audience. And at least in terms of the work that I have been creating for the brand, it's really important for me to help further the identity of the brand instead of just like a hip-hop, cool street brand to actually a really important American brand that's been around for 30 years. Yeah, Nike's got a ton of programs that not only welcome and groom minority communities, but they actively search for a diverse working staff there. And obviously it's a global company that works in many different geos around the globe, and so it's important that we're able to articulate and communicate and understand different cultures around the world. And when you're on Nike campus in Beaverton, Oregon, it's very clear that we are a global company, that the amount of accents in one boardroom is pretty impressive, and I always find it really fun working with people who come from very, very different backgrounds than I, but we all have the same singular focus and goals for the brand. But the way that we look at sport, if you have a body, you're an athlete. And so we are open to any and everybody who wants to push themselves and make themselves better through the lens of sport. And whether it's gay communities, African-American communities, women, Nike has always had a vision and a purpose to make sure that they feel included. And every year there's something new that we're introducing to make sure that that is felt amongst our consumer, for sure. I mean, the Be True campaign that has been running for a few years now is specifically targeted for the LGBT community, and not only just in the apparel and the designs, but also in the messaging of that product. It's very clear who we're speaking to in that. Black History Month, we do a whole month's worth of programming that's focused on the African American community globally. And that goes from the advertising and the messaging all the way into the products as well. It's a priority for the company, and we make sure that when there is an opportunity, we take advantage of it. I think we could afford to have more youth, because I think that younger communities are more accepting. I think they're more eager to bring in different voices and see how they mesh with their own. And I think some of our older clientele, the sort of older executive C-class folks, not even just in the sports industry, but I think just in marketing overall, regardless of the products, are kind of part of the old school. And so I think as advertising doors open a bit sooner to people coming right out of college, or maybe even to those who don't go to college but have a very strong point of view on culture, it's going to make advertising that much more fun for everybody, really.
So actually, I would say that YouTube already is a 3D content experience. Because we have all of the video content in the world, and you can view any of it in 360 or any of it in sort of that full cinematic experience with cardboard, it really is sort of a 3D experience already. And we know that we need more and more and more content. So that's why we're very much working with our YouTube creator population, doing things in YouTube spaces around the world to actually educate them on how they can make the most of this capability to tell their stories in an even more immersive way.